Well, hi there. I'm here with another one of our amazing awakened authors, Tamsun Kilroy, who is reading an amazing, powerful, moving chapter in our next book, Resilience, Turning Struggle into Strength. And I'm just so honored that you're here. I'd love you to share something about you to everyone that's going to, all the trillions of people that are going to be watching you on this video. No pressure, right?
No pressure at all, Gavin. Thank you so much for having me. I feel really welcome to be here. A little bit about myself. Gosh, I've been living the van life journey for probably about 3 years, maybe more, possibly. I was burnt out in the stress response, working in the community services sector for over 20 years, and I felt like if I didn't move out of that, I would just continue to downslide this, huge hill. So I decided that if I didn't do something about it, take that full responsibility, then nothing would change. So I did, and I created this future, living van life. And so myself and Carly, my beautiful beloved cat, both live in the van and predominantly on the road. But in the last few months, we've settled into a space around the Hawkesbury area, which is pretty cool. And running Destination Sacred Grounds, my business. So left my job, went into a business for myself, Destination Sacred Grounds, and now live the van lifestyle.
Wow. Like, I know that we've known each other for some time, and I've watched your growth in that time, but like you have courage way beyond, I think, any courage that I have. Like, for one, to leave your job, to go on van life, and that's when all that crazy stuff was happening. But like, to be out on a venture or on a journey in the place of, I'm not sure where you were going, you know what I mean? Like, I remember as you were posting on your socials, I think you were in a state somewhere, maybe you even stuck somewhere and you couldn't get back, but there was like thunder and lightning and storms. And I remember saying to myself, there is no way that I would ever do that. So I'm like, you're so brave just in who you are. And as I said before, it's great that you're here, you're sharing your story. And so we're honored that you are a warrior. So thanks once again. And that's sincerely from my heart. And I'm getting a bit emotional here, but I'm like, I can still see all of those pictures and I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So
yeah, it's definitely been a journey, and I have to say that it definitely requires resilience, van life, because it's not all rainbows and sunshine. It is definitely a lot of challenges along the way as well.
it might even be sometimes no electricity, right?
Absolutely. It's a lot of the time. I'm pretty much I'm mostly off grid, self-sufficient, so I barely plug into power. I do have a generator, which is my savior now. Now that the sun is very limited, but it's starting to come back, and we're going to get days that are lighter and brighter, and with that, more electricity.
Yeah, days that are longer as well. So I know,
Longer.
and which has got to be a benefit for you, right? And the Hawkesbury's lucky to have you, and vice versa. But some time ago, in amongst that journey, I know that we've had a conversation, and I shared with you the vision of the book, the direction, these visions and dreams and things that I kind of had and was inspired in regards to, what everyone has been through over the last few years, like over the globe. It's a real common kind of theme. But I'm just wondering if you could share, what was it that resonated with you to make that decision to write your story and become a published author?
Hmm. Uh, well, I guess we all have our stories to tell, right? And I believe that, through a lot of my experiences with life, I had a lot to share. I could really speak to resilience, and I could speak to a lot of people out there in regards to resilience. I recognize that a lot of other people have experienced very similar feelings to that I had as well. And I felt that if I could share my story, then maybe people wouldn't feel so alone.
So it sounds like that. Well, yes, it resonated, and you, like, just the fact you say it. I speak to resilience. Like, I've got goosebumps. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I've read your chapter, and I can't wait for everyone out there to really grab a hold of it and just get that sense of it. Just, for me, it just kind of I'm not even sure of what the word is, but there's just this like power in this,
Mm.
maybe alignment, like for you. And so I know that it's going to make a massive difference. So when you were writing the story, like when you're
Yeah.
actually going through the process, and there's a bit of a process too. It's not like, hey, just write your story. How was
No.
it going through the different stages of when you were like putting, I don't know, was it putting pen to paper or were you typing, or, but anyway, when you're putting it together?
Yeah. So I guess for me, the whole, I mean, I've shared my story a little bit on social media when I've created my own shifts in my life. So I'm used to telling a little bit of my story, not all the story, and this isn't even all the story. You know, we have lots of stories to tell in our lives, but I recall feeling the support and guidance when I was doing this. For me, I love to create. I love to write. I am a creator, and sometimes when I get stuck in the busy, it's difficult to keep on task. It's difficult to create at that level where, you know, things speak through me. So being a part of this process and feeling supported and held in this container allowed me to, I guess, not feel alone and to feel safe in regards to writing out my chapter, if that makes sense.
It makes 100% sense to me. Um,
Mm,
uh, but most importantly, with that, I'm thinking, so now that you've done it and you were kind of busy, maybe stressed, as you said, and we all know, and you've shared that you're by yourself, even though you love doing that and you felt supported. Now that it's complete,
mm,
if you were to look in the mirror, like what would you say to yourself, having completed and gone through, this is only just the first part, because we're getting
mm.
closer to launching, right? But now that you've completed it, what would you say to yourself in reflection?
I guess this is just another chapter of my life. Yeah, I've at a lot of points in my life, I felt that I couldn't create anything. I was never going to create anything. And so each step that I've taken where I've created something, including this, has been a massive achievement. So me putting or piecing together this story is huge, and I feel really accomplished, um, especially sharing my story. It takes a lot of vulnerability to do that, and yeah, I just feel really accomplished.
Yeah, wow. That, once again, I light up inside hearing that, this was your experience. So what would you say to someone maybe that's similar to you, that's creative, that maybe gets stressed or gets burnt out, or maybe stuck in not being able to create? What would you say to them if they had an opportunity to, carve out or write out their story?
Gosh, well, I actually know a lot of women who want to create their story. I've got a beautiful platform on social media, Solo Female Van Life Australia, and there are a lot of women who I know have beautiful stories to share. But this process in particular really allows for the support to be, for someone to feel held and supported in going through the process. So they're not alone, and they have brainstorming and ideas and suggestions, and um, just that whole container of heldness, I guess. So if anyone out there wanted to share their story, I believe, go for it. What stops you from doing that? A lot of fear, I know, but a container like this can definitely support someone.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, look, thanks for sharing. Sensational interview. I'm so proud of you. I know how far that you've come, and I know I can see kind of where you're headed. And you're definitely not the person that I met once before. I'm sure that you are, but like the growth that I can see, tremendous. And that really is a credit to you. Having the courage to, man, make the decision to buck the system and do what's
Mhm.
important to you. And I think that's important, isn't it? Like, make the decision to find the thing that's for you and kind of go for it.
Absolutely. But I just add as well, you were part of that personal development journey way back. So, thank you to you, because you played a big part in one of my chapters, and now it's continuing on. So I feel really grateful, and I feel really blessed for that.
Yeah, well, the same on my side, and who knows, there was a chapter and a chapter, and it sounds like there's a whole lot of other people that you can support in maybe having a chapter, and why not just model the system and get those people together, and just that expression when you said just be held, just
Mhm.
just be held. I think that
Yes.
that's so powerful for for everyone, but essentially it seems like it's a really top of the line value for you, and I know that you do that. You must do that so well for people because you're still here and you're still doing your thing, right? So
Yep. Yep.
taking my
Absolutely.
taking my hat off to you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're welcome. All right, well, I'm sure we're going to speak soon because we've got some more training before we launch, and we're all really excited about that.
Super excited. Yep. Absolutely excited.
Yeah, me too. So thanks for your time, and we'll speak with you really soon.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Gavin.
Bye.